So this is the Black Cat, and I gotta say, I don't like the suit. I mean, the thing is, there is other suits that make Black Cat look much better, aka Marvel Future Fight. I mean, she looks hot in that game. This game, I don't know. The suit, it looks padded and everything. I don't know. To me, it doesn't look like the classic Black Cat I know. I mean, look at her. That's Black Cat. This is not Black Cat. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 194. Felicia Hardy was set up for a criminal career at a very young age, trained by her cat burglar father in athletics and the art of stealing. She also dedicated herself to becoming an expert of martial arts and acrobatics. After her father was in prison and she decided to take the identity of the Black Cat and embark on a life of crime. Early on in her criminal career, she encountered Spider Man, and though they were on different sides of the law, the two would develop a kinship that would eventually cause her to reevaluate her ideals and become his ally. Now, she often fights alongside the web slinger during times of trouble, though she occasionally steals a little reward. I mean, something as a reward. Okay, so let me just talk about this one a bit. I mean, from the story I know, from the Spider Verse I know, which is from Spectacular Spider Man, for this character, you know, she took on the, what do you call it? The super soldier serum that Captain America had. And surprisingly, they didn't mention that because you wouldn't think a regular girl that just puts on a suit can go out swinging and things like that, right? That don't make sense. But anyways, that's Black Cat. Who I have here is the Red Goblin. Really, really cool character. I always liked this character. Amazing Spider-Man issue 797. So looks relatively new. Norman Osborn has returned, and he is more fearsome than ever before. He has bonded with the Carnage symbiote to form a creature known as the Red Goblin, and he is here to take back his city. He has kidnapped J. Jonah Jameson, slayed the Goblin King, and taken his place as the true ruler of New York's criminal underworld. Now, bow before your true Goblin King. So this is the Red Goblin. Really cool character.
Take a lesson from the best. You're in trouble now. Allow me. I'll show you how this is done. Victory will be mine.
All right, so that finishes I guess I'd say the infinite section of it. Let's continue on. Now we're gonna look at more characters. Wow, there's 197. Oh boy. So this one, Agent Venom, we already gone over, so I'm not gonna go over that one. ESU, Peter Parker. So this is what Peter Parker looks like in university. Well, supposedly in university. I don't know. Amazing Fantasy number 15. An awkward young scientist nerd. Peter Parker's entire life changed when he was bitten by a radioactive spider that gave him superpowers. Initially trying to use his power for fame and fortune, Peter decided to become a hero after ignoring a fleeing thief who later killed his Uncle Ben. Since that day, Spider Man has fought for those who cannot fight for themselves because, as his uncle once said, with great power comes great responsibility. All right. During the Spider Island event, when normal New Yorkers received spider powers from a virus created by the Jackal, Peter was able to take to the streets without his costume, even inspiring other New Yorkers to stand up and be heroes. So this is the all-new Agent Venom. This is the Space Knight Agent Venom, in fact. That's what they called it. Alright, so let's go over the character a bit. Venom Space Knight Volume 1, Issue number 1. Flash Thompson has been through a lot since he first bonded with the Venom symbiote, but it's only recently that he's brought his hard-hitting brand of heroism to outer space. His upgraded Agent Venom costume reflects his new position as an intergalactic envoy and is a clear signal that he has his symbiote power under control, mostly. So there's um, Space Knight Anti Venom. I mean, Space Knight Agent Venom. My bad.
Yes? Back off, bub. Hiya.
So who we have here is the symbiote Spider-Man. Man, really glossy character. Look at him. He shines.
Quit it. Hey. Can I help you with something? What?
Amazing Spider-Man number 252. After Spider-Man's costume was destroyed during the Secret Wars, he was given a new black costume that responded to his thoughts. It was only after returning to Earth that Spidey learned that the costume was actually an alien symbiote trying to bond with him permanently. Spidey managed to remove the costume, which escaped and later bonded with a rotating series of individuals to become the villain known as Venom. Now, let me just talk a bit about this. This one, well, I guess this is the comic series. I don't know, but from what I know, I thought Venom came from space. Well, I mean, the symbiote came from space, and what happened there was that he was saving J. Jonah Jameson's son. I don't even remember his name. So I was thinking. So from what I know, he was saving J. Jonah Jameson's son, and the symbiote bonded with him then. But anyways, Mary Jane, the Spider Island version. Wow, look at that. I mean, she's like, well, she's not naked, but you know.
Yo,
All right, these are some of the cool voices.
check these moves. Allow me. Hiya. I got this. Let me try.
Yeah, I mean, she looks good there, doesn't she? All right, so Amazing Spider-Man issue number 42. Mary Jane Watson grew up near Peter Parker in Queens, New York, raised by her Aunt Anna. Mary Jane was a close friend of Peter and Gwen Stacy. After Gwen died, Mary Jane was there to comfort Peter, and eventually their friendship blossomed into love. Eventually, Peter and Mary Jane would get married, only to have that marriage erased by the demon Mephisto in exchange for her Aunt May's life. Though Peter and Mary Jane are still friends, it remains to be seen whether or not they will become something more someday. During the Spider Island event, Mary Jane got spider powers from a virus released in the city by the Jackal. She was not happy to lose them when a cure was developed, but understood that it was the only way not to eventually become a monster. Alright, so I remember how that series ended. The Goblin. Man, I mean, this one obviously he's not the Green Goblin. He's just the Goblin. So let's go over him a bit. Spider-Verse team up number 2. Though this mask, oh my God, this is actually Peter Parker. All right. So, this masked guy looks like one of Spider-Man's enemies. It is none other than the alternate version of Peter Parker. In an alternate dimension similar to our own, Peter Parker suffered a very serious nervous breakdown after the death of Gwen Stacy. Desperate for vengeance, he slaughtered his entire rogue gallery until the last person he had left to kill was Spider-Man. After destroying his costume, he assumed the identity of the Goblin, becoming in the depths of his madness that which he had hated worst of all. Alright, so that's pretty sad. I don't know, to me it was sad. I was thinking, is that the Green Goblin? And then like, oh no, oh my God, that's actually Peter Parker. Like I was thinking, oh boy, that is definitely not good. Spider Carnage. All right. Amazing. All right. Let's take a look at him spinning a bit, and then we will take it. Yeah, this one is actually extremely cool. I always liked Spider Carnage. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the Marvel Legend toy for him, but obviously, I always liked Spider Carnage. I always wish that I was able to get a Spider Carnage, but you know, he's highly sought after. Amazing Spider-Man issue 410. While investigating a skeleton in a Spider-Man costume that was found in a smokestack, later revealed to be a clone, Ben Reilly encountered an underground supervillain worshipping club that was selling Carnage memorabilia from the Ravencroft Asylum. Angered by the club's action, the Carnage symbiote attacked them, and Ben Reilly was forced to swing in to their rescue. However, during the fight, the symbiote was transferred to him, turning him into Spider Carnage. Fused with one of his worst enemies, Ben Reilly had to call on the aid of his friends to free him from the symbiote's control. Now, there's another story to this one. If you know the Spectacular Spider-Man universe, what happened was that literally, the Carnage symbiote came from a different dimension when the Kingpin was doing this dimensional, how should I say it, this dimensional testing, or he was trying to, travel between dimensions, and then it drove Peter Parker insane. Alistair Smythe. So this is not a Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's our enemy. He's just, well, I don't know. I mean, he has a cool spider armor. Actually, let's see what he listens.
What's up?
Oh, dude, he has Peter Parker's voice.
Yes?
Spider-Man Annual number 19. A normal life was never in the cards for Alistair Smythe. His father was Spencer Smythe, the cruel, nefarious inventor of the Spider Slayers, a legion of robots with only one goal: kill Spider-Man. And when Spencer was killed during an assault on Spider-Man, Alistair became the heir to his father's hatred, continuing his legacy of cruelty. One day he would kill Spider-Man. One day he will kill Spider-Man. One day. But he has the voice of Spider-Man. What the hell?
Hiya. Hands to yourself. Can I help you with something? Hey, personal space?